We got Rone and Kate in the building. We'll start off with last night's game, which was an instant classic as far as regular season. What are you smirking about over there, huh?
Just nothing. Kevin's laptop went off. I just texted him and said, wow, that noise was so obnoxious. And then he texted me back, fuck you.
Tommy Bits.
Yeah,
Tommy
you
Bits.
can amuse yourself over there,
Tommy.
Tommy. Wow. Glad someone thinks it's funny.
That was a really great addition to the rundown.
I did not want to say it. I
Then why are you laughing so hard?
I made myself laugh.
At least somebody. At least you're making somebody, Tommy. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Last night, as far as regular season games go, as good as it gets, it would have been, the talk of today if we didn't have this event, but we did. Lamar Jackson just clearly pooping himself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a run like that. That's not a cramp. That's a poop run.
You had a run on an early rundown though, where it was called a poop. No, an early old office rundown. It was called a poop run, but you weren't. I don't think you had a poop. You didn't have to poop. It was just like a stiff run.
I remember exactly what you're talking about. I think we were like doing something for a sponsor, and I had the T-shirt like on my desk.
You ran over.
And I was like this.
Yeah, a little like stiff,
doing like the. I'm not really running, but I'm
like
trying to make it look like I'm.
It's a crosswalk run.
Yeah,
it's like you kind of make yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, his was more of a, you could tell cheeks were trying to be kept
Clenched
shut for
and
sure.
move. And the real thing was that the kid coming out of the door, and he's like, move, 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 move. Like, he was in a rush. And I don't think you're rushing anywhere if you got a calf cramp.
Yeah, you don't even think to get back in the game. I think that there's part of us that all really wants to believe it was him shitting himself.
It's like Santa Claus.
We're trying to will it into being real, and I feel like there's like, I don't know.
You think it was just
maybe
cramps?
I'm just being like a fucking counter
contrarian
consensus contrarian, but I don't think he shit himself. I don't think he shit himself.
Well, do you think it was? Maybe not shit himself. Do you think it just wasn't poop related at all?
Well, I just think that
you think he made it to the bathroom, or do you think he wasn't even pooping?
His pants are so tight and the cameras are so good, we would have seen some kind of poop.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to say he didn't shit himself, okay. But do you think he was running to the locker room to poop?
Well, if you have to poop yourself, and Kate, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't run while you're you don't run because that'll just
that's
get it
where
all
you do
out.
the in-between, where you're like...
He was doing an in-between. I recognize that walk. It takes one to know one. Also, I think it's like, you're right, like how people are trying to make poopy pants happen.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's like whenever I see a celebrity or an athlete or somebody really famous like have a meltdown online, it makes me feel better about when I do.
Stars, they're just like us.
They're just like us. So I
Yeah.
want celebrities and famous athletes, I want them to poop themselves.
Yes.
It makes me feel better. Because who among us can throw the first stone here?
Absolutely.
No, I'm not throwing stones.
But, yeah.
And the amount of puns and jokes that we saw last night about going for two, and and then by the way, an outrageous backdoor cover. I think it's being overshadowed by the poop talk, but that was like, I think the NFL needs to investigate that. Holy shit.
Yeah, just
but
kept
between the backdoor references, going for two, I mean, there was a lot of jokes flying around that.
It was like a perfect night of football as far as like the viewer, the Twitter viewer, like that had everything for like the user.
If you were Lamar Jackson, let me throw two scenarios by you. First scenario, you did poop. Or you were, again, not shit your pants, but you did have to poop, you were running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Would you come out and would you tell the truth on that? Post-game.
I wouldn't tell the truth, and I'm also believing him because he said that he didn't poop himself. He's like, it wasn't a Paul Pierce situation, I didn't poop myself.
Oh, all right.
I was cramping. I ain't putting Paul Pierce. I didn't put a Paul Pierce. I was cramping.
So somehow I'm believing him when I wouldn't tell the truth myself, so that's hypocritical.
I didn't know, to reference it like that, I actually think it lends credibility for him to be like, it wasn't a Paul Pierce thing. Like, I'm good.
Right, that's what I mean.
But
like the way he talked about it.
Would you be honest with that?
I think so, because I feel like that's what the people want. Give the people what they want.
I think I would be I think if Lamar Jackson, in an endearing way, is like, like, Lamar, like, tell us about that moment in the fourth quarter when you, and he was just like, guys, I had the shit. Yeah. I think it would be like the ultimate stars are just like that.
It would cloud everything that he ever did.
No.
I would fucking follow him around like a poop cloud.
But if you're a poop cloud that performs, and that's even more shame on your opponents who you're shutting down. If you're pooping your pants and dominating, then everybody else looks even worse than you.
Paul Pierce went to all these All-Star games, scored 23,000 points.
That's a good example.
He's only remembered for his poop.
But that is.
But he's remembered.
It's also not. You're right, and so you do have to think about that. It will follow you in some regard, but it's not like people don't like not respect Paul Pierce. It's always like a joke we say about him, but he's also known as like that stone cold killer from the elbow. You know what I mean? Like I think if you own it, it's a little bit like he's like the common man. He's the everyman. It's like Big Cat owns that he shits his pants once a year, and everyone's kind of like, fuck yeah.
KB just pooped his pants.
Did he?
No, it deserves scrutiny. I full-blown shit my pants.
But he didn't want anyone to know it,
Go
though.
on.
Oh.
No,
sorry.
but he pooped himself on the Best of the Yak podcast, and then he went right into the Stool Stream studio wearing different pants, like thinking that no one would know that he had just shit himself.
It's not a good look to shit yourself going into stool streams.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? That's a rough look.
Yeah, talk about double entendres. Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, my second scenario, so I think I already know your answer. I think I would go as far to maybe just say,
Seal the valor?
give the people what they want. Be like I could have had a cramp and be like, yeah,
exactly.
I had the shit.
To lie.
Like just let the people. Again, it's like Santa Claus. A lie that brings a smile or a truth that brings a tear. If you tell people that you had a cramp, whatever. No, that's not fun. If you're just like, yeah, man, I shit myself, and then maybe one day on your deathbed you're like, I had a cramp.
Yeah.
But think about like fucking Mark Sanchez, dude. The butt fumble turned into anything that's like potty related is gonna follow you around.
But
no one's fucking mature enough to get
the answer basically is Lamar Jackson. He has to ball out.
You have to own it. Yeah. If you're a touchdown dance or whatever,
see, that's what I mean.
You gotta just get the touchdown. Cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea.
This guy needs to become the
poopy bandit.
Yes.
He's just like the poopy bandit.
That's his calling card.
Out and then like lays a turd.
I think lean into it, man.
Have toilet paper hidden under the end zone thing and
whatever.
Pull it out,
TV the crowd.
Yes.
Speaking of toilet paper, Jake Paul. Off his fucking rocker. So yesterday, the video of him talking shit to Connor McGregor and Connor McGregor's fiance, more importantly, comes out. Like, them's fighting words. Jake Paul says, he's like, "What's up, you Irish cunt? You're probably busy beating up a couple old men at the bar." I thought the actual beginning half of his video was pretty good, like WWF promo shit. He kind of runs out of steam if you notice. He's like, "Dana White, you fucking bald bitch." He's like,
"You don't get bitches."
Yeah. But there's no chance of you getting pussy. It's like that. But I thought the first half was like pretty good, like I said, WWF promo shit.
What the fuck is up, you Irish cunt? Good morning, Connor McGregor. I know you're probably beating up old dudes in a bar right now, or maybe you're jacking off because you're sick of fucking your wife. I mean, she's a 4, Connor. You could do a lot better, but happy Monday. My team sent you a $50 million offer this morning. $50 million cash, proof of funds, the biggest fight offer you've ever been offered, but you're scared to fight me, Connor.
But he calls his wife or his fiance a 4, says that he's jerking off because he can't get hotter girls than her, and then unfollows everyone on Instagram except for her, so like singles her out, which is bad enough, and he does the whole video with the flip glasses, smoking a cartoonish cigar in front of his mansion, just like the biggest douche in the world. And then today, drove by some sort of photo op or an outdoor shooting of some sort with Dylan Dennis, who's McGregor's boy, and they throw toilet paper and water balloons and they speed off on the back of a pickup truck.
Hey, look, it's Conor McGregor's bitch right there. Pussy, pussy, piece of shit, pussy, dip, pussy. Fuck you, bitch! You're a bitch!
I think I definitely think Jake Paul's super self-aware, knows he's the villain, leaning into it, he's cutting promos to hype this up. But, like, that's some erratic, crazy behavior where, like, I think he's either taking it too far or he's, like, a little bit out of his mind right now. He's, like, crazy with power off of these 2 wins in, fake amateur boxing world.
Yeah. First of all, there's nothing wrong with an Irish cunt. Okay, this one's working just fine. Second of all, I hate.
I'm gonna need a moment. I'm gonna need a moment on that one.
Ripping on Connor's lady, why? Why?
Well, I'll tell you why. I agree that it is like it's. I just I think there are certain things you don't do, but like he wants this fight to happen. He is like leaning into being the heel. I mean, that's the ultimate like heel move.
It's being a dickhead to the lady. Yeah.
Like that's the ultimate. It is
fighting words.
If you say that to a regular dude, I feel like it's fighting words, and this guy is a fighter. Like, I've always thought all along this fight's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be Floyd and Logan, Jake and Connor. I always believed it was gonna happen. Now it's like it has to happen.
Right.
Right? You can't.
I think that in the world, you're allowed to say whatever you want as long as you're willing to fight over it.
Right.
And he's
very willing.
That's a good point.
And he'll
That's
probably
a
get
good
his
point.
fucking face caved in,
That's
but
a good
like
point.
that's what he wants.
But for the time being, like he wants to do this fight. Now you have to think of how lucrative this fight could be if he's willing to give up $50 million. How much is he going to make? Because it's definitely more than $50 million.
Right. The other part, he said he cut off. He was like, "I'll give you $50 million right now, the biggest prize you've ever received for a fight." Still, at the moment, says no. And Dana White being like, "This will never happen." I mean, this is like Fight Promo 101, where it's just like all of a sudden it does happen.
Yeah.
But Dana wants a piece of the money, obviously. That's why he doesn't want it to happen because, like, if he's doing it on, like, what was it, like the Triller app or whatever was the sponsor last time?
Well, that's what's interesting is that the Pauls, like Floyd kind of like changed the game by just like cutting out the middleman, and he runs the whole enterprise.
Right.
And like the Paul brothers and the people who with this internet clout, they can kind of do the same thing.
They have their own infrastructure to build this kind of thing where Connor's reliant on Dana a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he almost is like, he has to, right? Like he's not even allowed to do, well, but that's not UFC, it's not MMA fighting, right? So this is boxing.
If it's just
so
boxing,
is he, is that outside the scope of the UFC? Is that, anybody around here would know that? But, you know, like I think that could be a difference maker there. But
in some ways he's like a spoiled brat, but in some ways he's a genius. Like he's never been told no. He's never never hasn't gotten what he wants, and he'll just like go to any type of tantrum level to get it. But at the same time, though, like he said the things that will make the guy want to fight. He's like, this is the button you press to make that kind of thing happen. So you have to kind of respect him for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Logan Paul is like Jake Paul, but he went through some shit and got humbled and got some perspective, apologized, matured from it, and I think he's actually like a cool dude who like you can kind of respect. Where Jake Paul is like, he's just the ultimate spoiled villain. Yeah. But you need that in this world. Like, I'm not saying you have to like root for him, but the people who are like, ugh, like I hate, like, why do we even give him attention? Why do we say his name? Like, this is awesome.
I would watch the fight.
Yes.
I would absolutely watch the fight.
And you root against him, and that's fine. But the world needs villains. The world needs, you know, you have the face, you have the heel. And by the way, Connor McGregor's not like the squeaky clean angel on the other side of things. He's probably just as much of a scumbag.
I have a question. Isn't Jake Paul, isn't he like way bigger than Connor McGregor?
Yeah, I think
Does that matter?
so.
Like, does anybody care? It's like, no, we just want to be entertained. Like, nobody cares.
I think that's the question with Logan and Floyd too, because Logan's way bigger than Floyd.
Yeah.
That's probably the equalizer in some ways. Like, there's more experience on one end, there's more size.
Yeah, like I think like if Floyd makes, and both of them like you have to cut weight before we fight. That's kind of like, really, dude? Like, you should be able to beat the shit out of me no matter what weight I am. But I don't know. I think they're probably somewhat comparable height. But yeah, McGregor fights at like 157 sometimes, I think, 145, something like that. So, and Jake's probably, you know, up around 2. Well, so yeah, there's a big difference there.
This also reminds me, Rough and Rowdy, Travis Turman.
That's Jeans guy, right?
He's like the Jeans guy who's like he's a heel for sure in the fights. And I wrote this blog shitting on him. And then when he won his one fight, at the end he grabbed the mic and he was like, you took that, you were like, okay, my bad. And he was like, Kate's a dumb Larry Bird looking mother, he's not wrong, motherfucker, blah, 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 this bitch, blah, blah, blah. And so we had a back and forth going, and then he's like, next Rough and Rowdy you go to, my wife knows what you look like. That would be a fair fight, watch your back. And I legit, I'm a huge pussy now.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck me. But like them fighting words, like
what about Pat against Travis Turman?
Yeah, I know.
That could kind of be sweet.
But like I put the fighting words out there, but then I was not. Then I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it was just jokes. So, there's nothing worse than when your girl picks a fight like on your behalf.
Has that ever happened to you?
Let alone when he picks a fight with Travis Turman.
Would you fight for me? It's like, not against that dude. He's fucking huge. Yeah. No, I wouldn't fight for you.
I've never been like in a fight situation, but there's definitely been moments where the girl is mouthing off or like,
and you're just like, oh God, please stop.
Please stop. Please stop. Yeah. And if it was Travis Turman, I'd be like, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You Irish cunt, deal with it yourself.
But calling it, I think 4 or below, that's fight. That's fight. And 5 would have been like, 4.
4 is bad.
That's fight.
I wonder if she's at home like,
you got to now.
You got to throw those hands, Connor.
I mean, he would kill him.
Yeah,
Connor would whip his ass.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
He's melted dudes who are like actual fighters. That's their whole profession.
I wonder if there's
lives.
any difference between boxing and MMA though, where it's like if you don't have to worry that he's gonna like take you to the mat and put you and break your arm.
But if she called the girl a 4 and he's guaranteed the $50 million, why not just kick him in his fucking head when you're in the ring?
Done
and
with
just
it.
like,
Yeah. I don't care about this. This is not a sanctioned match for my career. I just want to hurt you.
Right.
And I got my money. Wow, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Like a full.
He kicks him in a boxing match.
Oh,
Yeah.
He definitely would go to jail.
And then you're a hero.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone hates Jake Paul.
Right.
Second half of the rundown is brought to you by Mack Weldon. When it comes to holiday gifting for guys, it's not so easy. You're buying for your dad, or your brother, or your friend. It's always like, what do you get a guy? Mack Weldon. Comfortable clothes, stylish clothes. You can wear it at the gym. You can wear it at the couch. You can wear it out to work. You can wear it out to the bar. That's the beautiful thing about the world is we've all just decided that like athleisure wear is acceptable in all scenarios. And they've all made it like nice materials, nice colors, nice styles, nice cuts. So you don't look like a schlub like going to the gym. You don't look like a meathead going to the gym. You're just like an average guy who wants to just be comfortable, look good, and wear like functioning gear. And that's what Mack Weldon does. They've got socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, active shorts, polar shorts. I mean, anything and everything for all occasions. They also have a great loyalty program called Weldon Blue. The first level, you buy anything and you get, I think it's, what is it? Free shipping for life. Level 1, bam, always free shipping. Level 2, if you spend $200, you get 20% off on everything else the rest of the year. Anything else you purchase, another 20% off. And right now, though, if you want to get 20% off, cut right to the chase, you use the promo code Rundown. Go to MackWeldon.com/rundown, promo code Rundown, 20% off. That's MackWeldon.com/rundown, promo code Rundown, and get 20% off. We also got
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. No, Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson.
I do the same thing as you. I guess
Sugar
they
Ray
look alike.
Leonard, Sugar. Yeah, they kind of do. They're just like nice smiles. They have winning smiles, both of them.
Yes, and they're very like soft-spoken. So it's funny you say the same thing. So it's Smokey Robinson. He's on Cameo. By the way, Cameo popping right now. The dude from The Office, Brian Baumgartner, who played Kevin Malone, made $1 million last year.
That's so
$1
fucking
million doing cameos on for The Office. He charges $199, so it comes out to like 5,000 videos.
Oh my God!
Hello, Nugget. It's Brian Baumgartner.
So he
That's
was
a lot of fucking work.
So I think it came out to something like 14 videos a day, which is a lot of work, but also for $1 million, like sign me the fuck up.
I'll do it.
I'm out here doing these cameos for way fucking less. You know what I mean? We got bills to pay.
Wow.
But Smokey Robinson apparently on it as well. And this guy reaches out and says, "Can you make a cameo for my mother? You guys actually used to live on the same block back in Detroit." And it was really heartfelt, and Smokey was like, "Wow, that's amazing. I hope you're doing well. I heard you're living up in Vancouver now, and so like great to hear. And also, the boys want me to tell you, happy Chanukah. I don't know what that means, but happy Chanukah."
Hey, Margot, how you doing? Surprise, surprise. And they want me to wish you happy Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is, but happy Chanukah because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanukah. Have a wonderful time.
And
it does sound like a Native American word or a Native Canadian word, right?
Yeah,
like a Chanukah.
Oh, you
the
got
Vancouver Canucks.
Okay.
In Vancouver,
Chanukah in Vancouver. That's because he definitely specifies Vancouver right before it. I bet you he was thinking that. Like, oh, this is some weird like white people Canadian
tradition.
Chanukah.
Yeah, the
Enjoy your
Vancouver Chinooks.
Chanukah meal.
Chinooks.
I never understood. I don't know. There's why is Hanukkah with a C sometimes? Why is it with an H sometimes? They should just figure that shit out, get on the same page. But Chanukah is might as well celebrate Chanukah. That's an all-timer. But Smokey, being the great guy that he is, found them on Twitter and said, "I'll redo it."
Oh, that's
nice.
But
that's like so much better.
Having Smokey say
like,
Chanukah.
Mom, I got the cameo for you where Smokey Robinson went viral for saying Chanukah.
But now I bet you he's getting new requests to wish people happy Chanukah.
He's gonna make $1 million wishing happy Chanukas worldwide.
Yeah.
The Jewish people of the world are like, this is our moment. I would embrace this. I'd be like, we call it Chanukah from now on.
Yes.
Let's go.
Light the Chanukah candles.
Yeah. And maybe we've been getting it wrong all these years. You know?
We don't know. Maybe Smokey knows.
Yeah. Smokey,
he would know better than us.
Have you guys ever ordered a cameo from anybody?
No. Oh, no. What did I do? I did order something for Kelly Martin. I got the crazy girl from Love Is Blind.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, the one who gave her dog the wine?
Yes.
Yeah.
And who was just like not very nice to the guy.
Yeah.
And she was totally like not getting that it was, you know, tongue in cheek, and
fun,
she was just like, hope things are going good. And meanwhile, Kelly's like, oh, I fucking hated that girl so much. But yeah, that was the only time I've ever done it.
That's part of the joy.
So mean-spirited. I did one. Remember the guy from that YouTube video, Chocolate Rain?
Oh yeah.
Tezonde. I got him to do one where he sings Barstool Kate.
I thought I was a good lyricist, but apparently this is the new hit. It's going to be Barstool Kate has a snaggletooth that's in the way. Barstool Kate, blogging day and night to make her pay. Barstool Kate, Barstool Kate.
Wow.
Yeah.
You still got that?
I still have it. Yeah, I still have it saved.
That should be like in your like podcast intros and all that shit. That's
absolutely.
It's a great cameo.
I blog it every year. I'm like, anniversary of Tezonde and Barstool Kate. But yeah, there's some wacky ones out
I feel
there.
like you'd be great at cameo.
Yeah.
I don't
spit some bars and get animated and get passionate.
How much do you think is the most somebody's made off of it? Do you think it's Kevin Malone? Do you think
so.
that million? Or do you think
he was this year's biggest earner, but I can't imagine.
I was gonna say highest.
Yeah, they put like a list. I didn't see the rest of the list, but they said the headlines were like Cameo's biggest earner. I mean, if people are out here making more than that per year, that's nuts.
Especially that $199 is a sweet price point. That's a really nice, like it's not too expensive. Because you see people, like Caitlyn Jenner was like $5,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Number one.
No. Shut up.
What, that's it?
No. Oh. You fucking fuck you. Can you guess who's number one, Tommy?
Well, I have the graphic.
Yeah.
So I guess that's maybe after they take their cut and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I do remember that people
Wait, so
like,
Cameo took fucking 80% of his million?
No, you get like, so Apple takes like 30% because they take like 30% of everything, and then I think you get half. I think you basically get half. So that's why I don't know what this, I don't know how he walks away with 196 if they said that he made $1 million.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Apple just takes their cut of every app, you know what I mean? They get 30% of like everything, and then Cameo takes their portion. So then taxes and shit, I guess you're probably walking away with like, you know.
If Dave did it, I bet Dave would make bank. Yeah.
I mean, I'm on it, but it's always like such a weird thing where it's like, we're supposed to kind of just be accessible anyway, and then it's like you have to pick your price point, and that's embarrassing, but you also don't want to be too low because then you look like trash.
Early on, it was like, if you're doing Cameo, like you're washed up, but now it's like, you're an NFL rookie, like Lamar Jackson had a Cameo his rookie year. It's like before he even started, it was like, this is a viable income stream.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm like, I just want to make some fucking money.
I want to make
but
more
people
money.
are always like, oh, like the bills are stacking up, huh? I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah. What do you mean?
Child support's hard, huh?
Yeah.
So fucking book one and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this fucking 8-second video and cash out.
That's it. Straight cash, homie. So yeah, go book.
I've got
Brian
one.
Support the man, this Chanukah.
Yeah.
I've got one from
Chanukah.
Dorinda Medley from
from
Real
They all
Housewives,
charge a lot, right?
From Bam Margera. We got how about fucking Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. We got a bunch of them. We got.
I wonder who the most famous person on there is.
I thought it was Caitlyn Jenner at the time.
Yeah.
She was like $5,000 fucking dollars.
Right. I know like Lindsay Lohan's like $500, something like that. But
I
somebody should jump on there.
You gotta find the right price point. Yeah.
Like if I was real famous, I would be on Cameo and I'd be like, it's $100,000.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
I'll
and then like
show
there's
you
some
my
asshole out there
but...
who'd be like, I've got the one cameo from Drake or whatever.
Yeah.
You know
or you just do an ad. You do an ad deal or something like that, and it's like you just got Kylie Jenner in an ad for $100,000.
The amount of people who try to do that, like they send me a script being like, just like in quotes, like read this, like the funniest podcast. It's brought to you. I'm like, no, bro, that's just advertising. We ain't doing that. You can like flag it or whatever. But yeah, I would be famous. I'd get on there and I'd be like, I'm gonna do one cameo and one cameo only, and then you have the only cameo in existence. So charge $1 million for it.
It's like the Wu-Tang album.
Right, exactly. There's only one of these in the world. And that's how you get your money. Speaking of getting money, this guy I hate so much. I hate people who like find the in your grandpa's attic. They open up the baseball cards and there's like the $1 million card. I hate them. I get so jealous. I just have a fit of rage where I'm like, why not my fucking dead grandparents? Like, you left me with nothing. But this guy, to the maximum. He found a chunk of like solidified, petrified whale vomit that's worth $5 million.
Man,
I don't know how or why.
$5 million?
I guess there's some sort of.
And it washes up. There's like whale vomit that washes up every couple years, like in 2012, 2015. It's like 7,000, 8,000, 60,000. 5 million.
5 million, which I'm trying to like.
How do you even know what to look for?
Vomit? Right? Like what? And because it is like a chunk.
Is it going to a museum or is it fucking? Are they gonna mine it for fucking ore?
This destitute fisherman in Thailand found it. It contains shit to make perfumes. I knew that because whale blubber I know is used
Makes
a lot.
Lipstick and shit.
Yeah, so I guess this is gonna be, you know, like Chanel is gonna.
That's
rock
what
out
perfume
with this.
is made of. That's what the ladies want to smell like.
You're just putting that whale fat on you, Kate. That's what you're doing every time you go out.
Ambergris.
Ugh.
It's prohibited by law, and yeah, people like go around hunting for it because they use it in all sorts of stuff. It's like super rare. Yeah, yeah.
If only these whales knew that they could just be bulimic for that cash. They could just be sticking a fin down their throat and making themselves yak all over the ocean and fucking living large.
It crumbles like truffle.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
That is gross.
Good for them, though. Good for him for fucking.
No, not good for him. Fuck this guy.
How much did it weigh?
Why him?
How much did it weigh? He just pulled it onto his fishing boat?
100 kilograms.
So it was massive.
Yeah. Well, I don't know because it looks like he's just like holding it.
Well, it's like, you know how
he's either real strong or I don't know. Is 100 kilograms like just be able to hold it though?
If he was in like a little rowboat, like that's fucking badass for him. If he was on a deadliest catch boat and he's like the captain, he brought it up, and then he gets all the money and everybody else can kick rocks, then that sucks for everybody else on the boat.
Let's see.
The deckhands.
I'd like to see
100
that.
kilograms is 220 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's light.
But he shared that a businessman in Fuck It had offered to pay him $960 per kilogram, depending on the quality of his find. So he went out there looking for it.
Wow.
And just looking by the, I don't think he had some, you know, big production. I think he just went out there and.
Whalers are just being replaced by whale.
Yeah, don't kill them and shit. Just wait for their vomit.
Just wait for the puke.
Get them sick. Poison the waters. Let them puke.
I'd like to see that Boston version. It's a baby whale puke, Jay. It's a baby whale. Remember that one?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't remember that one.
Do you remember the baby whale? It's a baby.
I was just throwing a laugh out there because I didn't know what else to do.
That was nice.
The video of the two Boston fishermen and this giant puffer fish floats up and they're like, oh my God, it's a baby whale, Jay.
I know Michelangelo is going to bless us with
me.
that video.
Please, Michelangelo.
No, when they watch this, they'll be like, oh, yeah.
I don't know what this is, but Jay says it's a fucking big sea turtle. Look, baby whale. It's a baby fucking whale, man. Holy shit, we are witnessing a baby fucking whale right here, dude.
Okay.
Right now we got.
Yeah, we look like schmucks.
Yeah, we'll be the
weird.
assholes.
That was
the
weird.
assholes.
There's actually dogs that get trained they take them out in boats to find whale turds. Because whale turds are also really valuable in the scientific community.
I mean, whales are just.
They study them.
Shitting gold.
Yeah,
They're
literally.
shitting bricks of gold.
Literally.
They have money trees coming out of their asses and esophaguses.
But I have a final thought on this. Like, we can make diamonds now. Like, we know how to make man-made diamonds.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Because you can buy, like, the natural ones or the ones that we, like, it's pressure,
I
blah,
prefer
blah, blah.
little children, two of mine.
Yeah, I like
I prefer
small
warlords.
little hands.
I like the ones soaked in the blood of children's fingers.
Right. A blood diamond's always better. Don't get me wrong. Holidays are coming up. Get yourself a blood diamond. But why can't we figure out how to make our own whale puke balls? You know? It's 2020.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
what
figure it out,
SeaWorld should be.
science.
Just a factory
Just
of
mining
fucking
that shit. Maybe they are. Maybe that's why they keep Shamu
Just
locked down.
keep shoving
You think it's here for the show? No, wait for this
kelp
thing to puke every couple days.
Krill.
Oh, and speaking of shit, the Davidson basketball and I guess University of Charlotte they play a rivalry series for the Hornets nest. It's a trophy that is just a big brown hornet's nest. It just looks like a big old nugget of shit.
Yeah, it's like a bronze. It's exactly poop color and exactly poop shape.
You think that it's kind of like it's so bad that it's like you want it though? It's like it's gonna be memorable and people are like in a funny way to be like we're taking home the hornet's nest.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Holding it up on campus like it's that
shit.
bad. Yeah, like you're just walking around with this big nugget of poop.
You give it to Lamar Jackson.
Give it to Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
So yeah, bring it around.
Come
I just always wonder that kind of thing when things get to the level where they actually like physically manifest themselves or a terrible movie is made or something. I'm like, this had to go through so many people to say yes to this.
Right.
And it still got made, even though we all know it looks like a turd.
Like the ink is not even dry, and everyone's like, that sucks.
That's
you know,
a turd.
Immediately we ate it, and PR person and.
Hornet's nest could be cool. Like it could have like tiers to it. It could look like a trophy. They made it look super realistic and just like a hunk, like it's growing on the corner of someone's deck or some shit like that.
Inside, like I would imagine Hornet's nest like bee's nest with like the honeycomb and all that
like
shit.
Cool,
right?
like
or it could just like a badass like hornet, but to make it just like a big. Lumpy.
Well, what about a glass case with an actual hornet's nest in it?
That would be way cool.
And the students, and it's set up all year, and the students can come get little honey drips.
Or you get to unleash the hornets on the losing team.
Right.
I bet you they fucking win.
Speaking of live animals, Billy Football just got live frogs delivered to the office today.
Did
you see that? There's just live frogs that just got delivered.
There are certain lines I like to not cross, and that feels like one of them.
Yeah, just don't send live animals.
Oh, like somebody, like he didn't know? Like
he didn't know, no. It's just like...
yeah, that's even worse.
They can live for a day, like they're like to be sold or shipped or whatever, but it's just like, just don't do that.
No.
Like, what if it came on the weekends?
Was that like, were you guys joking about that, and there's an inside joke or something?
No.
Well, he said, this is me just eavesdropping as I always do over there, but he said he has pet frogs. Okay, and so he knows he opened up the box. I didn't expect to hear this today. A frog comes out and he goes, "Oh, it's a minutia Newton Krigan or whatever." He knew exactly what kind of scientific name it was, and he was like, "Yeah, one of my frogs just died. I posted about it on my Instagram, so somebody sent me."
Oh, okay, so it's like a replacement frog.
Big Cat was like, "You don't want to put this out there because people will start sending more. Holiday week when we're not here is coming up, and you're gonna have."
They got like octopus that one time. Remember that?
Yeah.
So part of my take, like the weird shit's in the box.
Yeah. Don't send animals.
No living creatures.
Yeah. That was us sending that though. That
we
sent that.
Right. At least it was like an inside job.
Yeah. That was just like what's in the box type of thing.
No living. Don't send us anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Except for whale vomit. Send the whale vomit.
Yeah, just for the cash.
All right. That's the rundown.